Wagner, who is monitoring all the developments in this complicated story from neighbouring Nigeria. And we were hearing there from Anthony Blinken. He was really clear. Wagner may not have instigated this coup in Niger, but they were certainly taking the most advantage out of situations like that.
Yes, Matthew. So the forces, the coup leaders in Niger have reached out to Wagner forces for support following ECOWAS deadline on the ultimatum to cede power to ousted President Bazoum. We also know that Mali and Burkina Faso coup leaders arrived in Niamey, the Niger capital, late yesterday to show solidarity to the Niger's coup leaders in the event of a military intervention if ECOWAS decides to toe that route.
And just give us your assessment of the presence in the Sahel of the Wagner group and the consequences of that presence.
Well, currently, we cannot confirm if Wagner forces are currently in Niger. However, we know that they've had military operations in neighboring Burkina Faso and Mali, where the coup leaders there have sought their support following the breaking of military relations with France, their former colonial master. And so they have been in the region. The coup leaders believe that they would help in curbing the Islamist and jihadist operations that have marred the Sahel region for decades, displacing millions of people and causing a humanitarian crisis in the region.
Now, of course, we've got this summit coming up on Thursday. That is going to be vital in terms of the next crucial stage here. But if it was to be the case that the US pulls economic support for Niger, what would be the likely consequences of any move like that?
Well, Matthew, at this time, the U.S., of course, has said it has paused some aid to Niger. We do not know exactly what that entails and the sum that it would be withdrawing. However, we know that Niger benefits about $240 million in aid from the U.S. in 2021, according to the USAID. And so when ECOWAS heads of state meet this Thursday to decide on what the next moves would be concerning Niger, we can only imagine what that would be if they were to decide to use a military intervention to force the coup leaders to cede power back to President Bazoum. But one thing is certain, that ECOWAS maintains that it would continue to explore diplomatic and political options. The military intervention would be the last resort, as the group has said before.
Nkechi, we'll leave it there for now. Thanks very much for the latest on that very fluid story.